Hi. Okay. Who's so happy to be back. I was actually not nervous to make this video, but and like be excited, like this is a horrible example, but like when you're meeting a new guy before you're married or engaged or have a boyfriend, but it's just exciting. Okay, here I am. Welcome to my channel, back to my channel. If you are new or old or all of the things, welcome. My name is Mackenzie Jump, and I have taken a 6-month break from the YouTube, not intentionally. It just kind of like happened because time goes really freaking fast. Super fast. But here I am, and I'm back. Inspired by a follower of mine who reached out to me on Instagram, and she has been following my journey for a year and a half, and she just said, I've been thinking about you, haven't seen a new video, and I was like, I need to make one. I've been meaning to make one, and there's so many things. So I know I probably said this last time, but I think I'm back. I'm going to do it because I have a lot to say about all sorts of things. So I am just going to make this video an update video, particularly for the people who have been following me and who also suffer with PCOS or infertility or all of the things related to TTC, or if you just like my high school acne and 90s eyebrows and typically hair that does what it wants, then that's fine. Whatever reason you watch, that's fine. Okay, so I am in our foster room right now. All I want to say is I had 3 years of built up wanting to decorate a nursery or a child's room. So whenever we officially started foster classes and we were getting close to the end, I puked all of the 3 years of decor and things that I've bought before actually getting pregnant. Baby stuff that I've been hoarding in my closet. Now I have a place to live. So that felt fantastic. Okay, where do I start? I'm going to try not to make this 20 minutes long like all of my other videos, but if it is, you know what? It's 20 minutes of updating you guys on 6 months, so I think that's pretty good. Also, sneak peek for 15 minutes from now, I am trying a new regimen. What's up? So, I will go over that because us PCOS girls need some help anywhere we can get it. And it's trial and error, and we will try everything, won't we? Because we will. And TikTok has become a huge thing, and it is a rabbit hole. So if you don't have it downloaded, I should tell you not to get it because you'll become obsessed. But you really need to get it because you're going to become obsessed, and it's awesome. So anyways, okay. December was our last month that we were going to do fertility treatment because we knew that we were going to be starting our foster certification sometime in January is what we hoped, because that's the next class that we were going to get signed up with. But as everything else in this world has been affected by the pandemic, so has the foster certification process. All of the caseworkers and agencies for child family services, for the most part, I think went digital. So that kind of changed the course of the certifications for them. Everything was online, and I think it just has taken longer, and everyone's working from home or was working from home. So long story short, we didn't start in January like we thought we would. We ended up starting in the beginning of April. And man, was that a long 4 months waiting. One thing I have learned so far with the foster system is that nothing is for sure. Everything can change at any point. And that's not just to do with children and getting placements and adoption and all the things. It is even leading up to that. Nothing is for sure. Things happen when they happen. And that is not a lack of trying or effort on the caseworker side of things, because Oh my gosh, they are overloaded. It is absolutely crazy. Like the things that they have to do on a day-to-day basis, the amount of workload that they've got. Oh my gosh, I just can't even. But it does not take the frustration out of waiting. I have learned that too. This cup changes colors with water, and it was from Walmart, and it was like $1. And then I bought 15 million of them. Do I need them? No. Did I want them? Yes. Okay, so December was our last month of infertility treatment, taking a break, temporary thing. It was really needed on my body, physically, mentally, everything, because I don't know about you guys. I'm sure I could speak for a lot of us, but when you are trying to have a baby and you're struggling with infertility and you are going months without getting pregnant, having sex is a chore and it's a job and it's planned down to the hour. So it becomes something that is not fun, and that definitely takes a toll on your relationship, your marriage, and it's not, I don't like it, you know, and it just came to a point where, like, when you don't have that romantic or intimate part of your relationship because it's kind of stolen from you and taken away from you because it's all completely planned, you have to find other ways to have intimacy with your partner. And Jerry and I, which I've mentioned before, have completely different love languages. I'm pretty adaptable to any love language, but Jerry is not a huge communicator, not a huge physical touch person, not really a words of affirmation person. So when you take the intimacy out of it, and it makes it something where you don't do really for fun anymore because you're always doing it to try to have a baby, it definitely took its toll on our relationship and how he feels about it and how I feel about it. And so anyways, it was just needed. I will say that. And it was a good timing, a good break timing wise, because I wanted to like fully focus on fostering, and he did too. And the business was busy-ish. And then weather was crazy, so whatever. Anyways, it was needed. But I wasn't sure if I was going to stop tracking my cycle or lack thereof, or what I was going to do. So after we did our trigger shot and I wasn't pregnant, I just kind of dropped everything. I had already gotten really bad about taking my supplements anyways. I'm horrible with that, but I need to get better about it. So I had already kind of stopped taking my supplements, and I stopped testing ovulation, everything, because I just wanted a flat break. Well, surprise, surprise, your girl didn't start her period, which totally sucked because I was hoping that since I was becoming a little bit more regular and wasn't needing Provera as much to help induce a cycle, I was hoping that once we stopped, everything would kind of fall into place. Well, it didn't. I've had one period since then, and it was because I had to take Provera just to do it, because I had a polyp removal surgery. That's a video for another day. It really wasn't bad. However, I do need to make a video on my IUI that I had in November. Literally the most painful thing I've ever been through. It was horrible. And if you're gonna get an IUI and this scares you, I'm sorry. I had loaded myself on IUI videos, and I feel like no one told me that it was gonna freaking suck. It was horrible. I have a pretty high pain tolerance, and I almost puked and crapped myself. Anyways, I need to make I will make a video on my IUI experience, because we were gonna do one in December, but I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of like, it's our last month trying. Like, you would think we'd go all out, but that was kind of traumatic, and I don't want to feel that way right now, so I didn't. Okay. So fast forward to April, we finally started foster certification classes online. We're doing it with one of my best friends and her husband, who live like 10 minutes away. And that was incredible. I am so, so thankful for them, just in general. And it's something that both of us wanted to do, but for different-ish reasons. Like, they want to adopt or foster before they have a biological child, if they decide to have a biological child. And ours was kind of the opposite. We were kind of following the foster process until we decided we wanted to do it in order to grow our family, whether that's just fostering a bunch of babies or kiddos or teens, or whether that's fostering to adopt or and just end up adopting. You just never know. You never know. I will say that when I went into the certification, I was super set on newborn to 6, because you get to pick what age your household is ready for, you're comfortable with, you're ready for, what fits with your family. And we didn't have a preference on sex, obviously, or race or anything like that. But I really wanted newborn to 6. Jerry was more avid and was pushing for like increasing our age range. But at the beginning I was like, nope, 6 really isn't even an age that I was at the beginning wanting. Because I was filling a void and I wanted a newborn or a baby. Hi. I'm making a video with Stella.
My dog.
Yeah.
Why?
J-Ray's home. No, I think I was really wanting to fill a void that I had felt through the whole infertility process, which I don't think is a bad reason to get into fostering, because love is love, and being a mom is being a mom, whether that's to my biological child or someone else's child or a family member. But I just really wanted a baby, and I think I'm justified in that. I went through a phase where I felt really guilty for that after I started learning about fostering and exploring the idea of older children and the reasoning that children are in the foster care system. I felt really guilty for just wanting a child under 1. And I still sort of, to some extent, feel that way, but I feel justified in how I felt. So that's all I'm going to say about there. But as we went through the foster care process and just listened to other foster parents talk, caseworkers talk, listening to their experiences, their education, and their knowledge, I learned that, holy moly, I just want to help all of these kids, whether they're newborn, 3, 6, whatever, teens. I just wanted to help them, and I felt so grateful that I was able to listen to all of these things that these professionals and other parents were saying, because it really changed my perspective. And I don't think I would have ever felt that way if I hadn't gone through the classes. The coursework itself was something I was already familiar with just because of my degree. But I also think it's something that people kind of know already. There's like policies and stuff that the not issues, but the legal aspects of it that you learn, and it's nice to learn. I don't know if you can hear that, but his TV is really loud. Let me shut the door. Okay, but sit here. I didn't fart. I'm just proving my point. Or am I farting? Don't know. Okay. So, anyways, I pretty well knew a lot about the course material itself, and so did a lot of people. But what was excellent and super helpful for me was listening to the other foster parents talk, because we had our caseworker who had, 3 couples and 1 single, and then another caseworker who had 2 couples in the class. So there's like 7 couples-ish of us, with 2 caseworkers and 1 foster mom who actually grew up in the foster system herself. And as she aged out, she became a resource parent, also known as foster parent. And she is, oh my gosh, she's excellent. She is so amazing. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at is we are now taking newborn to 16. And I would have never thought that would be the case if you would have asked me 6 months ago. Never. I would have never off the bat been open to teens, and I'll tell you why. There is such a misconception on teens in the foster system. It breaks my heart, and I myself thought the exact same myths or untrue statements of older children in the foster care system. It's easy to assume that because of their trauma and their experiences growing up, that they would be children who display more behaviors than someone who didn't grow up with trauma. And they would run away and they would make bad decisions. And that's just not the case at all. It is not the case. And in fact, sometimes it could be the complete opposite, because a lot of times these older kids grew up taking care of their siblings, taking care of the house, like fending for themselves, and they are smart and wise and educated and experienced, and they know how to cook and they know how to clean and they know how to do their laundry, and they're like little grown-ups, which is so sad because they need to be children and they never had the opportunity to be kids ever. So my heart just shattered when I heard stories, and as I became more educated and opened my eyes to the need for foster parents for kids 10 and up. It's really sad because everyone comes into foster care, or a lot of people do, like the mindset that I had and the one that I had, which was a baby. So all of these older kids are getting forgotten about. All of these teens are getting forgotten about. And they're a lot of the times the ones that need structure and love and support the most. And people aren't open to them, which is fine, because everyone should be able to choose their comfort level. And even if someone isn't there yet, isn't to wanting 16-year-olds yet in their home, that is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the person who just wants an infant. But for me, I just felt like I have so much love to give, and I'm comfortable being around teens. And now that I know that there's just a stigma that follows around older children and teens and foster care, I feel better about opening my home to older kids. Because when I started dating Jerry, Dallas was 14. And he is such an excellent kid, and there is no reason why any of these other children couldn't be as excellent as him if they're given structure and a routine and consistency and love and all of these things that they've been lacking. So yeah, that's where we're at. So this foster room is 0 to 6. I've got a convertible crib. I've got a Mamaru rocker, which is amazing. And I've started gathering clothes for up to 6 years old, and people have been so generous and supportive of this foster care journey of ours. So many people, I mean, everything I have basically was donated. I think the only thing I bought was the crib, which I got on Marketplace and just refurbished. The Mamaru I bought on Marketplace, and the only new things that I've bought was my car seat, because my stroller was technically used, but it's still in a box. Everything else was pretty much given to me for the most part. So toys, clothes, all that good stuff. Anyways, people have been incredible. And then we are turning my sewing room into a 6 and up room. So it'll be kind of the more like mature, cool room. We're going to put bunk beds in there, and I'm going to build some cool like cabinet things with like a little bench by the window, so like a little reading activity nook-ish, and it's just going to be really cool. So we are turning the she shed that was a he shed outside into my new sewing quarters. So yeah, we are at the process. We are a couple weeks away of being certified. We were actually supposed to be certified already, but some things happened in the office of our caseworker, and they lost a couple employees. So in turn, all of the workload of those employees went to the other caseworkers. So he gained a bunch of cases, and it's just been crazy for him. So our home study is done. He just has to write the home studies and get our approval and send them to Jeff City. And then it's just a waiting game on how quickly Jeff City can get it done. So there is such a need for children. So since we are accepting up to 16, I have no doubt that within 24 hours of us being put on the list that we will be called. And I am so okay with that. There are so many stresses and worries that come with it, come with the excitement of that, because there is just like a list of things you have to do. You know, within 24 hours, you have to get their physical. And if they are daycare age, you have to find them daycare and figure out where they're going to go during the day, because my husband and I both work full time. So it's going to be chaos, but I'm totally fine with it. I am just so ready to have kids in my house, which here I am at 20 minutes. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up really quickly. Anyways, I will keep you guys posted on the foster care thing. I will be pretty private about the children that we have in the house. I will share all sorts of things with you about our experience and things that we do, activities and all that kind of stuff. But as far as putting them in the videos, that's not something I am going to be public with for obvious reasons. So last part, I'm going to say we took a much needed break, like I said, from infertility treatments. And if you don't know, I have PCOS, very irregular cycles. I have a lot of the unfortunate side effects or symptoms of PCOS. I do not ovulate on my own. And the only time I have been to the point of ovulation is with Femera for 10 days, 12 milligrams, I believe, also taking the trigger shot. So do not ovulate on my own. There we go. But I found this girl on TikTok, and her name, I will put her handle down below. It is at Brie, B-R-I-E, the Loud PCOS Helper on TikTok. And she has this supplement regimen, vitamin regimen that people absolutely swear by. And it is really directed specifically for women with PCOS, but anyone struggling with infertility. So I'm just going to read you off the supplements real quick. I have everything except for two that I've been meaning to get. I've had these for like a month, but I'm remotivated. I'm going to take them. I'm going to stick to them and just see what happens, because like I said, it is all trial and error. And if there is something that will work, I will find out. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't change anything, because we are going to still like try naturally. I did bring up the idea of going back and starting fertility treatments to Jerry, and it's something we're going to think about because we're obviously so close to having a placement. And anyways, there are just a lot of things to think about, but right now I am open to doing fertility treatment again if he is. So there we go. All right. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 supplements that you take in this regimen. One of them is optional because it's cinnamon is one of them. And I believe, you might check me on this if you go to her page, cinnamon isn't something that you need to take if you do not have PCOS. So if you do have PCOS, you take the cinnamon. If not, you don't need it. So 1 serving of cinnamon, 1,000 milligrams. Number 2 is 2 servings of 250 milligrams of vitamin E. Number 3 is 2 servings of 400 milligrams of magnesium. Number 4 is 1 serving of 1,000 to 1,333 milligrams of folate. Yes, folate. I didn't question it. Folic acid, folate. I just did folate. The next one is 2 servings of 500 milligram of vitamin C. Next one is 2 servings of omega-369. Last one is 1 serving of a probiotic, 200 billion and over milligrams. That will make sense when you look it up. So I will just show you the ones that I got so you can see. I tried to go with the cheapest with, I don't know. I'm a huge freak about the serving or the number of capsules against the serving size and making sure all the ingredients are the same and money, like a combination of things. So I literally took like 3 hours to compare a bunch of these, and this is what I came up with. So got this omega-369. Got this probiotic, 20 strain. Got this vitamin C. This magnesium, and this vitamin E. So all I'm missing is the cinnamon and the folate, which I've decided I'm just going to get from Walmart. And there you go. So I'm going to try it. There's a bunch of people, of course, that say they took it, got pregnant the next cycle. I'm a huge believer in supplements taking like 2 to 3 months to get in your system before they can work. But by golly, if you have PCOS, you know that sometimes all it takes is a little change in hormones and everything for something to improve. So anyways, I am so glad I'm back. Thank you guys. Love you all. Hugs, 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 hugs. And let me know below what kind of videos I should be making. What are you looking for? What are you curious about? Do you have questions? All of the things, comment down below or go to my Instagram, send me a message and let me know what you want to see because I have a lot to say. I just don't know where to start. So anyways, I will see you next time. Bye.